There's no such thing nowadays as a job for life. In our ever-changing world, we all need to keep up with new trends and technologies to make a living. In this series of videos here at Business with Joe, we'll give you the insight into what we think will be the jobs and careers of the future. Whether it's to start a business for yourself, or maybe you're looking at a long-term career, then selecting one of the following jobs could set you up on the right path. In this video, which is one of 3, I'm going to show you a number of jobs where you can plan for the future, but also start making some serious money. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also hit the alert bell. Each week I'll be uploading new videos, so don't miss out on the opportunities I'll be posting in the coming weeks. So let's get going. At some point in our life, we are all asked to predict the future. Think about it. Back at school, we were asked what subjects we wanted to continue doing when we went to college or university, and then have a career in. At an early age, we all needed to predict what we wanted to do for the next 10 or 15 years. How many of us got that right? Inventors predict the future all the time. Right back to Henry Ford and the Model T car, to Bill Gates and Microsoft, and Apple with their smartphone. They all predicted a need and took a chance. I think we can say it paid off for those guys, okay? Being an entrepreneur is another way of trying to predict the future. What's going to sell? What's going to be fashionable? What problems will people have over the next few years that you can help solve? An entrepreneur doesn't follow. Instead, they anticipate the needs and try and beat the others to the sale. If you were to really think about it, I bet you could list a few things that will make it big in the next 5 to 10 years. Clean energy, renewable energy, nanotechnology and entertainment are just a few things that will change so much over the next decade. With digital technology and globalization, the business world is changing faster than ever. Working out which field to move into is a fast pace, and if you don't jump on it soon, it's going to pass you by. Here at Business with Joe, we've come up with a list of what we think will be the jobs to either work in or at least be part of over the next 10 years. Let us know if you agree or if you can think of any others. 16. Privacy protection. With more people buying and banking online and remotely on smartphones connected to different servers, etc., this has exposed our information to those who want to steal it. The need for data protection is growing rapidly. On top of this, we also have personal data which needs cleaning up. Employees are now scanning social media sites to check out potential candidates for jobs. Posts from 10 years ago of a drunken party are being used as an excuse not to interview people, so the need to clean up your past history has got more and more important. Businesses need to protect their information and individuals need to be careful with it. Right now, many countries are only now beginning to pass laws that require companies to have a written security plans to prevent data breach. An industry is developing in the field of reputation management, and jobs are being advertised on sites like Upworks, such as these. Data protection and personal information protection is growing all the time. If you have the skills, there's a job out there for you. 17. Vet or working with animals. Do you know that there's a staggering 67% of households in the USA that own a pet, and over 40% in the UK? Whilst being a vet will take a lot of training and many years' dedication, it's a very rewarding job, which many see as a vocation and just love helping animals. So becoming a vet might be out of reach for a lot of people, but what about starting a dog walking or pet sitting service? We have a small holding and had to go away for a few days earlier this year, so needed someone to look after not only our 2 dogs, but also the other animals we have on the farm. We paid €50 a day plus supplied all their food. Okay, so it's not going to get you rich pet sitting, but it's a great way of learning about other animals and gaining experience. There are many opportunities for someone that loves animals to find a job not only they will love, but will also make them some money. 18. Nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is being used in developing countries to help treat disease and prevent health issues. The umbrella term for this nanotechnology is nanomedicine. In industry also, applications may include construction materials, military goods and nanomachining of nanowires and nanorods. The 2000s has seen the beginning of the application for nanotechnology in commercial products. although most applications are limited to the bulk use of passive nanomaterials. Examples include titanium dioxide and zinc oxide nanoparticles in sunscreens, cosmetics and some food products, silver nanoparticles in food packaging, clothing, disinfectants and household appliances, carbon nanotubes for stain-resistant textiles and cerium oxide as a fuel catalyst. Way back in 2011, it was estimated that the emerging nanotechnologies estimated over 1,300 manufacturing identified nanotech products are publicly available, with new ones hitting the market at a pace of 3 to 4 a week. This figure has hugely increased in the last 9 years. As you can see, this field is vast and is only going to get bigger, and is therefore well worth looking at should you think it's an area you would be interested in. 19. Nanosatellites. Nanosatellite is about making things we put into space smaller than it was before. If satellites get smaller, then the cost of manufacturing and launching them gets lower. Nanosatellites and microsatellites that can be built by small companies and universities will soon become commonplace in a few years' time. We're heading in a direction where small teams and small companies will be able to do far more, and therefore the scope for work in this field is only going to get bigger. 20. Space tourism. There are businesses right now advertising space tourism, and it's only going to get bigger. The concept of space tourism is one of the most exciting emerging areas in tourism. Companies like Virgin Galactic and SpaceX are already out there with plans to deliver various forms of commercial spaceflight in the very near future. Okay, so most of us at the moment might not be able to afford the trip ourselves, but the cheaper it gets and the more competition there is out there, the more people will get the chance to go into space. Could you be one of those people that instead of selling a trip to Disneyland, you are now signing people up to fly into space? 21. Stem cell pharmacy. Stem cell research has over the years caused a lot of controversy, but it's here to stay and should be considered as a potential career. Stem cell pharmacy is a concept where it is thought in the future, instead of going to the chemist for tablets to get drugs, you go to replace cells that are sick. Seems far-fetched? Maybe not. There's no limit to the types of diseases that could be treated with stem cell research. Given that researchers may be able to study all cell types, they have the potential to make breakthroughs in any disease. Stem cells are already used in modern diseases and test new drugs, but as the technology advances, stem cells may actually push drugs aside. Even now, stem cells are showing promise for degenerative diseases and regrowing cells after surgery. Pharmacies full of drugs could well be replaced with pharmacies full of cells that are more natural and work better. 22. Cell water. With the population of the world growing, the one source we all need is water. It has been said that water is the oil of the 21st century. Bottled water is already a billion-dollar industry and is only going to get bigger. Even if you start small and set up stands at events, assuming it's a hot day, you can make a good profit selling bottled water. Commercially, water is huge, especially in agriculture, and it's going to be a commodity we always need. So getting into this business now could be a great career path for years to come. 23. Home care. Due to the ever-aging population, there is an increasing demand for independent living by the elderly. Any business that can cater to this need by offering personal home care products and services to the elderly, from physical therapy to grocery shopping, cooking or just friendship, will be a business with huge potential for years to come. Offer a bespoke service to an individual client can make you stand out from the more corporate companies, and as long as you have a caring nature, it should be a business that will flourish. Check out information for qualifications and regulatory requirements you'll need to set up for this industry, however. 24. Services for retirees. It's not just home care help that will grow in the ageing marketplace. In America alone, it is expected that this year, 2020, 80% of workers born in North America will be older than 50. This could open up huge opportunities for businesses targeting adults that are 50 and over. Just a few ideas could include retirement housing, recreational services, nutritional counselling, healthcare and patient advocacy, fitness trainer, audiologist, in-home modification specialist and retirement coaching. The list is endless, And the potential to earn good money from even one of these could set you on the path for a successful business for years to come. 25. Social media manager. Social media for any business is becoming more and more important. Businesses are willing to spend good money in order to have someone manage their social media accounts. If you have a good amount of knowledge on the most effective ways to increase followers on social media platforms, you could work from home as a social media manager. Start local, search businesses near to where you live and check out their social media. You'll be surprised how many still don't have a social media to attract work. Put together a business proposal and then either cold call, drop in for a chat, or try and find someone to help introduce you to the owner. You can either work for free and take a small percentage of any new work you get them. This method is risky, but it shows the owner, who might be sceptical, how confident you are of getting them work through social media. Alternatively, you could negotiate a set fee for so many hours a week. Again, I have a good friend that runs a social media company. She started on her own and now employs 6 people. Interestingly, one of these people works abroad in Spain, so it's a good example of remote working, and also that a business can have employees anywhere in the world. Once you have a few businesses under your belt, you can then use these as examples of what you can offer to larger firms and then get bigger contracts. 26. Outsourcing agency. Businesses are always looking for ways to cut costs and streamline their operations. One way businesses are trying to achieve this is by outsourcing to freelance contractors what used to be done in-house. The main office-based outsourced functions are human resources, accounting and IT. If you can set up an outsourcing agency, you are in for huge profit potential. Teaming up freelance people with companies that want to outsource is one option, as you can earn more. Or you could do the work yourself if you specialise in an area a company needs, although this method is classed as an active income as you only earn for the work you do. 27. Translation services. If you can speak another language, then have you ever thought about working abroad? It's a great chance to travel the world and get paid for it. Or, if you have a second language and wanted to work from home, you could look at home translation jobs. Being bilingual opens up a lot of possibilities for legitimate work from home opportunities, such as jobs at bilingual call centres, translation jobs, online teaching and more. Many translation jobs are done by freelancers, but some companies hire home-based translators as employees. Just type in home translation services into Google and you'll be surprised how many jobs come up. Or, if you did want to travel, try the same search but with abroad instead of home. 28. Mobile marketing consultant. Due to the ever-increasing number of people who surf the web using mobile devices like smartphones and tablets, businesses are now realising the need to adopt mobile marketing as a way of targeting prospects that use these devices. This has led to an increase for mobile marketing consultants. Since indicators are suggesting that mobile devices will continue to dominate for a long time, there's a huge opportunity for mobile marketing consultants. 29. Employee monitoring services. Due to technological development, now most of the jobs can be done without leaving your home. Remote working has seen a huge increase over the last few years. Recent research indicates that there will be more than 2 billion employees working either remotely or mobile in the next few years. However, this has thrown up a new problem: how the employers keep track on their employees' work. This is where the role of the employee monitoring service comes into play. We've probably all heard of the tracking devices used in HGVs to make sure drivers stick to the correct number of hours they must drive. The same principle is now being applied to people working at home or remotely with things like the mobile time clock apps to monitor their employees. So consider starting a company in this sector that provides effective employee monitoring services. 30. Web designing. Nowadays, every small to large business has started to establish their online presence through websites. It has created a huge demand for web designers. Starting a business in web design is more economic. All you need is a PC with internet connection and a bit of creativeness. Alternatively, you could build your own website for a niche hobby or passion and sell things via this site. Creating a niche website that makes money takes time and is not intended for anyone looking for quick cash. But if you can handle the challenges and believe there is a market for the website business idea you're thinking about, then you could begin to build and grow, which will eventually start to make you money through advertising, affiliates and other relevant products within your niche. Or just stick to building sites and getting paid for it. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to look out for the next one in this series. Please remember to subscribe and click on the bell so you'll be notified when the next video comes out. Good luck with earning money, guys, and remember, you can have results or excuses, but you can't have both.